King Green versus Terrence McKinney was a fight that ended up being a win for King Green, but it was an early stoppage. I'm right? Let me explain. Why do I think it was an early stoppage? Well, let's see. So the fight was only one round long, right? Most of the fight was, in my opinion, I got Terrence winning the fight until he lost, of course. So there was some scrambles, there was some wrestling, there was some groundwork by Terrence, some stand up, as well as from Bobby, or should I say, Bobby Green, or should be respectful here, King Green. Yes, King. So it was a competitive fight in some sense. Well, like I said, I guess the first part of the fight was more, I would see that round going as a win to Terrence, but we saw what happened in the end. So 10 seconds before the round ended, you could see, somewhere around that time, you could see King Green. Is it disrespectful to say Bobby Green / King Green? King Green. You could see him do his signature kind of this front kick to the body, and you could see Terrence crumble, and there were some follow-up shots with fists. 1 second left of the round, the fight was stopped. Because apparently, in the referee's eyes, Terrence McKinney was taking too much damage, which in some sense is true. Because let's think about how Terrence McKenna was. What was his body language? He was curling up. He had his arms above his head, signifying that maybe he doesn't want it anymore. Maybe he's defending. Not necessarily he doesn't want it anymore. He probably would tell you otherwise. He'd tell this damn judge he had money on King Green. But it was 1 second left to the round, and the fight got called. Because I was looking at that fight, I was like, whoa, the round ended. That's nice. But the referee was doing all this stuff. What are you doing? 1 second left of the fight, and you can't make the fight. Seriously, the fight was, Terrence McKinney was winning that round. I would understand if he was getting destroyed the whole round. He would be getting, I don't know, peppered by strikes, and he's just be. No, I mean, he definitely got caught. He definitely got, how should I say, he took damage and he was curling up. I get that. But you can't give 1 second till the round ends and then he recovers. I understand that referees have to stop the fight to protect the fighter. But 1 second more, you're trying to tell me something would have happened to Terrence McKinney? I just don't see that happening, to be honest. I think he would have stood up. The round would have ended. Second round, maybe he would have got finished. I don't know. But we're talking about... It wasn't I didn't see it as bad. Now, when I think about an early stoppage, and we have a few of those in MMA, sometimes there's more of them, sometimes there's less of them, during a card, whatever. But I try to kind of picture myself in the eyes of the referee and just being okay, if I'm seeing this fight now, I see Terrence McKinney curling up, this, that, and the third. Okay, my goal is to protect the fighter, but the referee should also know that the round is almost ending. You could hear the clapping sound, which means what? The round is about to end. You have to know that you could give some leeway. He wasn't stiff as a board, laying there twitching. He was in a compromised position, but he wasn't. Jesus Christ. Guys, you know what I'm talking about. Now, am I happy that King Green, yes, King, has won? Of course, I was happy. I like him. I don't know who was rooting for that in that fight, but I don't know if I like him as a fighter. He's on a good win streak, and his resurrection in the win department has to be studied. The guy is just killing prospects, and I was excited, but come on now. 1 second, you're gonna stop the damn fight. 1 second left to the Okay, I'm getting kind of worked up here, but just, I mean, come on now. I mean, you have to give, like, I don't know. Do the referees have the money on those like, I don't know what's going on, because if you follow MMA, in particular UFC, right? Because that's what I mostly watch. It's, I don't know. Maybe we only think about the early stoppages or the late stoppages, but for me personally, it seems that it's either in UFC you either see late stoppage or early stoppage, not much in between. And this is quite sad because many of the fights get ruined by early stoppages, and obviously you don't want to see late stoppages. That's the worst. And to be honest, having, I mean, I am happy that we have this kind of, you could see that, like, MMA referees are nothing to compare to boxing, because in boxing, the fighter gets knocked down, he stands up. Like that, there's a reason why boxers have much more brain trauma. They get more, I guess, injured in terms of CTE department and stuff like that. But like, I mean, like the referee who was judging this fight against King Green against Terrence McKinney, he's not new. I've seen him referee many fights. Like, you have to have this context. For Christ's sakes, this is what was that? A prelim fight, something like that. No, I'm sorry, that was a main card. What are we talking about here? I think that was a card before Brandon Royval versus Lanier. What's his name? And like, I mean, it's a big stakes fight. Like, King Green right now is on this. I mean, I mean, I guess the UFC is happy he won, but like, I would like to see Terrence McKinney seeing, because he was looking good in the goddamn round. He wasn't getting starched for the whole round and then lost. He was looking good. He did his thing. There were some exchanges, some grappling. I love to see that. And then he got caught. Like, I got tired. I mean, he definitely was curling up. But for Christ's sakes, give the benefit of the doubt for 1 second. And that's all it takes in MMA. You lose a fight like that, you see this damn Wikipedia entry page that says TKO 4 minutes 59 seconds. I mean, for Christ's sakes, Terrence McKinney is decent. He's as decent as King Green, but like, just, I mean, look, I don't know. I'm not a referee, but, I can still say what I see. Sorry. I don't know. I don't think I see, you hear commentators sometimes mention, like, these inconsistent calls and this, that, and the third. And I don't know if anything changes. Like, it's, you have the Herb Dean situation where he gets called out because of the back of the head shots, which, in his defense, probably, maybe some of them were legal, maybe not all of them, but like, he creates this video and they just never seem to ever take I mean, I don't know, is there any repercussions? Do they lose their jobs? Of course not, because that's the way it works, right? When you're a referee, you don't work for UFC, you work for athletic commission. So, and this is how it's supposed to be. I'm just saying that, like, fights like I don't know, that fight was an early stoppage, in my opinion. I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. Some people might say no, but it's like, come on, man, just read the room, god damn it, referee. You're watching the fight. You're more into the fight than me. How? I don't know. And I can't be too, kind of just hammering the referee. That's probably one of the worst jobs in this world. Everything is on your hands. And you have to make the right calls. And but like, even the worst call in MMA, if you just get pummeled, like, it's still not going to be as bad as boxing, in my opinion. In general, we don't have people, at least like boxers have, like in wheelchair bound, at least from what I can tell. And I'm not saying that Terrence McKinney should have got his head caved in and blood filling everywhere, but like, there was 1 second, like, guys, listen to me. There was 1 second left in the round. Like, the fight, like, okay, the second round he comes in and then he just continues fighting and that's okay. And maybe he recovers and now he kind of paces himself and maybe he wins. But now you got 1 second left in the fight and you just gotta be like, what are you doing? I just don't understand the sport. We have Ilya Topuria getting his head caved in. The referee looks, you know what? Let's continue this fight. This fight is looking good. The guy is barely walking. The fight continues. Now you got a guy in his, like, every fight is a opportunity, and it was an opportunity to make a name for himself for Terrence as well. Like you could look at this fight as like being as a stepping stone for Terrence McKinney. Maybe not necessarily. He's not known as a, I don't know. Some people might not think he can go to top 15, but like it was clearly in his favor the first round. Like, you know, obviously he got dropped by King Green in the end, so maybe he would have still won the round even if the fight didn't get finished because knockdowns matter a lot. But like, for Christ's sakes, get your shit together, referees. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but like, I don't know. I was just looking at that fight and I was like, I mean, come on now. I mean, are you kidding me? 1 second, you know, when they're so aware of their surroundings. They hear those goddamn sounds they make 10 seconds. Like, you could see, like, I mean, I could see that was 20 seconds maybe and he was still getting pummeled. But like, I don't know. Maybe I'm salty. Am I? I don't have any dog in this game or what they say. I don't bet. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm not, I'm not glazing King Green or what, or sorry, Terrence McKinney. But I am looking at MMA as a sport. I don't care about being flashy, about talking shit, and that. I just care about the right people winning. And I see stuff like this, and I'm like, I don't know. That's just, in my opinion, that's not good. That's all I have for this video, guys. Like I said, Terrence McKinney versus King Green was an early stoppage fight. You screwed my boy Terrence McKinney, and King Green continues his onslaught of the up-and-comers, and it's also quite beautiful to see. But for Christ's sakes, like I said, I mean, come on now, referee, what are you doing? And I'm purposely not calling out their name, or because I think it's a bigger issue. I think that like some people say some referees are better, some referees are worse, and we have better referees. But I think like they all make mistakes, and mistakes, like, is that a mistake? Some people might say that's not a mistake, but I think it is, and a lot of people agree with me. I just can't put I don't know what has to. I guess the lesson of the moral of the story is don't curl up and don't put your hands behind your head even if you're fine. 1 second left. I love refereeing in MMA. See you later.